It is election night in the Lone Star State. We are tracking several key races as voters in the Houston area making their voices heard in the Texas primary.
Can Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee hold off Amanda Edwards? Which Democrat will win the right to face off against Senator Ted Cruz in the fall? And the Democratic race for Harris County District Attorney. Incumbent Kim Ogg stopped short of an outright concession tonight, but she's trailed her former assistant DA, Sean Tier, all evening by a wide margin. It is a lead she admitted she likely cannot make up.
We have live team coverage on this Super Tuesday, starting with Matt Doherty with Sean Tier's campaign at 8th Wonder Brewery in Edo. He sounds quite confident, Matt.
Yeah, he sure does. And that crowd that you see behind me is very excited tonight. It sounds like the party's just getting started for them. They're calling this an overwhelming victory, a referendum on the tenure of the current district attorney, Kim Ogg. Many of them took this campaign personally. In the crowd, there are Democratic politicians, attorneys, and union organizers. We spoke with Sean Tier less than an hour ago. I asked him what he's going to do in his first month in office should he win in the general election.
Number one priority is fixing intake. We're going to fix the way we accept charges. We're going to go back to being a resource for the police. We're going to make sure that we arrest the right people for the right crimes, and we make those cases stick. But in that first month, I've got to restore some morale. I've got to restore some integrity. And then we've got to look at how we're going to go about implementing some pretty significant diversion programs that have been deeply, deeply cut.
Again, back out here live, these folks are still partying inside. There's about twice as many people as you see out here. Back to you.
Sean Tier on the way to perhaps upsetting his former boss in the DA's office. Thank you, Matt. Let's turn now to reporter Jason Miles, who's with Kim Ogg's campaign in East Houston tonight. Jason?
You know, guys, I recall covering Kim Ogg's campaign 8 years ago when she unseated the Republican district attorney. Tonight, it appears she has been beaten by a fellow Democrat in the primary. Not only that, a former assistant DA she actually hired. Let's take you inside Giant Texas Distillers here on the East End. I don't recall Ogg mentioning challenger Sean Tier by name during her speech within the last hour or so. She instead focused on what she considers her biggest accomplishment, citing improving public safety, evidence-based prosecution, etc. She also said she's made some powerful enemies for, quote, all the right reasons, even those in her own party. Take a listen to her parting words to the crowd.
Tell my fellow Houstonians who I've lived with all my 64 years every day in this city, and tell you that if doing my job cost me my job, then I leave with my head held high.
And I got to ask Kim Ogg a couple of questions after her speech. She says right now she is focused on the next 9 months of doing her job. Whether she publicly or vocally throws her support behind Sean Tier in the November race remains to be seen. His Republican challenger, by the way, in November is attorney Dan Simons. Reporting live from the East End, Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.
Jason Miles with an update there. Thank you.
Now to the race for U.S. House District 18. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee facing competition from former Houston City Council member Amanda Edwards. Sheila Jackson Lee speaking right now. Let's go ahead and listen in.
Help me get elected. And let me say this. They said we were down. They said it would be a close race. But look what the people of the 18th Congressional District said. They said we are worthy. We are worthy. So let's count the votes. We don't know what the next step will be, but my best wishes to all of my opponents, because we wish them the best for their future. Again, I don't get angry. I just get busy. Thank you.
Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee again with a strong lead in her district. Amanda Edwards has run a formal campaign, however, against Jackson Lee, her well-established opponent.
Stephen Goen is live at her watch party tonight at the Deluxe Theater in 5th Ward. Not what she was expecting so far, Stephen.
Len, that's right. We just heard from Amanda Edwards here at her watch party tonight, but she did not address the vote totals that we have seen so far, even though she is trailing behind Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee by double digits. Take a look. This is video of Edwards earlier tonight talking to her supporters. Moments ago when we heard her speak, she said she wanted to wait to talk about the vote count until the votes cast today were tallied up, not just the early votes. Instead of numbers, Edwards addressed her supporters, expressing gratitude to them, as well as her family and her donors. She also thanked the people who endorsed her. Take a listen to what she had to say.
I wanted to celebrate all of you. So I just wanted to take a moment just to express my gratitude for the hard work that each and every single one of you have invested into this campaign in helping us to get to this point.
So it remains unclear if Edwards believes she can pull off the upset that she was hoping for earlier tonight when she had a lot more confidence when she spoke to reporters today at multiple campaign stops. We're going to keep an eye on the results here and see if Edwards will speak to us once more results are released. Len, Mia, back to you.
We'll pick it up from here. Thank you, Stephen. And here's a look now at the Republican side of the U.S. House District 18 race. You can see the lead there with Lana Centozone with 54% of the vote and 46% by Erin Ray Hermes.
This election, by the way, marking the very first time Harris County Republicans and Democrats hosted a joint primary.
Adam Benett is live at election headquarters where the votes are being counted tonight. Adam.
Well, Mia, the county clerk believes because both parties are sharing polling locations and equipment, that means more hands to close down those polling sites more quickly. And you can see behind me, they have some tables set up here at the central count ready to receive that equipment as it comes in. We're in a bit of a lull now, but they expect things to ramp up very soon. Let's show you some video from within the last hour. We got to go inside the room where the very first votes were being tabulated here at Central Count. Here's how this works this year. After election judges close down their polling sites, they will then drive to the nearest of 6 rally stations. At those rally stations, that's where the judges turn in their equipment, and then their votes are securely transmitted here to Central Count, where they are tabulated.
This is the hurry up and wait game. Right? This is a long night. We are here at the Election Technology Center, which is a smaller footprint compared to NRG. Rally sites are really important because it allows us to expand and give judges the opportunity to go to a closer location versus all coming to one location.
And the county is using this site for Central Count because their usual go-to, Energy Arena, is hosting the rodeo. Now, Hudspeth would not estimate what time they'll finish counting all of the votes tonight, but she said with 545 polling sites on Election Day, she's expecting to be here for quite a while. Lenamia.
Yeah, I can imagine it'll take a while. Thank you, Adam. Another big story tonight, the so-called revenge tour of Governor Greg Abbott and State Attorney General Ken Paxton.
Now, they've been campaigning against Texas Republicans who opposed their school voucher plan in the legislature and some who voted to actually impeach Paxton. Texas House Speaker Dade Phelan of District 21, perhaps at the top of their list. And you can see what's happening here. He's losing to David Covey, 46% to 44%. It is close. Even former President Trump endorsing Covey in this race. And according to early results, many of the candidates that Abbott and Paxton have backed, we're talking about Republicans against Republicans, are winning tonight, bringing the Texas Republican Party more in line with their agenda.
And we are tracking tonight's results. You can text the word VOTE to 713-526-1111, and we'll text you back with a link to the latest on numbers on all the local races. But again, they are still counting votes at this hour, and it's going to continue for some time.